From point K, go out 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters. And we will mark this number 1. Okay. From point number 1, we will square this upwards until the guideline. We will mark this point number 2. From point number 2, we will go out 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter. We will mark this number 3. From point number 3, we will get 1/4 of the waist measurement. So we will lay the tip of the tape measure on point number 3 and we will mark 1/4 of the waist measurement. We will mark this point number 4. So from point number 2 to point number 4 is the waistline. We will just darken this line. For the front pattern, to get the hip level, we will mark the intersecting line from point 2 to point 1 and the hip level, point number 5. From point number 5, we will get 1/4 of the hip measurement by folding the tape measure twice. And we lay the tip of the tape measure from point number 5 to 1/4 of the hip measurement. We will mark 1/4 of the hip measurement. This will be a temporary point. From this point, we will go out 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters. We will cross the temporary mark out and we will mark this point number 6. Now we will connect point number 5 to point L to get the shape of the rise or the crotch of the front pattern of the pants. So from point L, we will go out 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter or 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters if the hip area is full or wide. Anyway, from point L, we will make a straight connection until 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter or 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters. Then from 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch, we will gradually go up with a round curve line towards point number 5. This will be the rise or crotch curve line for the front part of the pants pattern. Now from point number 6, we will square this until the desired length of the pants. We will mark this intersecting point number 7. Now we will get the pressing line or grain line. We do this by getting the center from points M to number 7. We will fold our tape measure this way and mark the center. We will mark this point number 8. To get the pressing line or grain line from point number 8, we will square this until the rise or crotch level. So this is the pressing line or grain line. We will mark the intersecting point of the pressing line or grain line and the knee level, point number 9. From point number 9, we will get the desired knee circumference. So we will lay the tip of the tape measure on point number 9 and mark 1/4 of the desired knee circumference. This will be a temporary mark since we will subtract 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter. We will cross out this temporary mark and we will mark this point number 9A. Now from point number 9, we will again get 1/4 of the desired knee circumference. And from this temporary mark, we will go out or subtract 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter. We will cross out this temporary mark and we will mark this number 9B. Now on the length of the pants or the bottom of the pants, we will get 1/4 of the desired ankle circumference. So, we will lay the tip of the tape measure from point number 8 and mark 1/4 of the ankle circumference. Then, from this mark, we will subtract 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter. We will cross this temporary mark out and we will mark this number 8A. From point number 8, again, we will get 1/4 of the ankle measurement and we will mark this way. Then, from this temporary mark, we will subtract 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter. We will cross this temporary mark out and we will mark this number 8B. Now, we will connect point number 9A to point number 8A. We will connect these 2 points with a straight line. Okay. Now, we will also create the line for the outer side seam of the front pants. We will connect point number 9B to point number 8B with a straight line. Now, we will form the upper outer side seam of our front pants pattern. We will connect point number 4 to point number 6 using this side of our curved ruler. Or this side of our curved ruler. Now, we will get the intersecting point of the rise or crotch level and the line from point number 6 to point number 7, which is actually this intersection. We will mark this number 10. Now, we will connect point number 10 to point number 9B using this side of our curved ruler. As you can see, this is not the natural curve of the thigh. So we will have to adjust this curve line by using our curve ruler. So we will have to adjust this outer side seam of the thigh. And this is actually an open connection. It's not the right connection, so we will make an adjustment on the connection from point 6. Using this side of the curve ruler, we will draw a line that will blend in with this area of our outer side seam. So from point number 6, we will just mark this area of the outer side seam with a red pencil to really show the final connection from point number 6 to this line. This is now the final outer side seam of the front pants pattern. Okay, now for the inner side seam of the front part of our pants, we will connect from point L to point number 9A using this side of our curved ruler. As you can see, it's blended in on this area of the inner side seam line. So now we have finished the front pattern of our denim pants. For a complete and detailed instructions of pattern making of ladies' pants, order this book from Amazon. This book, of course, includes the essential information of the standard measurement of the rise or crotch level for each figure size, from extra small to double extra large. This book will surely build your confidence in pattern making of ladies' pants, as it enables you to acquire the essential skills leading to your competency as a pattern maker.